Well, my fellow agents, it has been quite a 24 hours in the Division universe. Needless to say, I think all of us were completely and totally blindsided with the news yesterday about the Division 3. Therefore, this morning, I'd like to take a few moments to talk about the details we know now, how, in my opinion, this news is going to affect the future of the Division 2, and most importantly, answer some of the questions you've sent the channel. What is going on, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and today's video, my friends, is all about yesterday's announcement and how, in my opinion, it is going to affect the future of the franchise. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, and you know we have giveaways, but I will save that information until the end. I want to get right into the details. So we're going to start off by going over a few different publications that have made this announcement. It is bouncing all around the universe, and obviously I will leave a link to these in the video description down below. Now, the first one we're looking at is from Forbes magazine, and the article begins by saying Ubisoft announces The Division 3 with zero fanfare. What used to be one of Ubisoft's Tom Clancy franchise mega hits, The Division, has now quietly announced its second sequel, The Division 3. The fate of The Division as a franchise has been unknown outside of a survival multiplayer shooter, Heartland, which still does not have a fixed release date, and it seemed like that would be the way forward for The Division outside of an actual sequel. That is not the case. In a press release and a single tweet from the Massive account, Ubisoft has announced that Julian Garrity is returning to the universe and is currently building a team to work on The Division 3. Now, to be extremely clear, as this is by far the #1 question you have sent the channel over the last 24 hours, Heartland is not The Division 3. They are two completely and totally separate things, so there is going to be a third game in the franchise. The article continues by saying the original Division broke records for Ubisoft, selling more copies in 24 hours than any other game in the company's history. It was actually one of the biggest launches for a brand new IP ever. The Division 2, despite increasing in quality in really every way, was viewed in the long term as at least something of a disappointment compared to the original. However, of all the games that have ever tried to challenge Destiny for its live service looter theme, I'd argue that the Division franchise got the closest, even if it never quite reached that level. Next, my friends, we are going to move on to an article from IGN. They say Ubisoft has confirmed Tom Clancy's The Division 3 is now in development at Massive Entertainment. The Swedish studio currently working on Star Wars Outlaws and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is the original developer of The Division 1 and 2. Ubisoft said that Massive is currently building a team for the third game in the series. Star Wars Outlaws creative director Julian Garrity has become executive producer for the Division franchise, which has nearly 40 million players across all titles. Garrity will now oversee all of the Division games and products, including The Division 3. This announcement represents Ubisoft's dedication to the longevity of the brand, Ubisoft said in a note to the press. In his new role, Julian will drive many independent production elements of the Division brand in a unified direction. This includes development oversight, operations, and creative vision, together with the development teams around the world who are currently developing the mobile game Tom Clancy's Division Resurgence, Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland, and Tom Clancy's The Division 2. And with that being said, my fellow agents, it is the perfect segue to my talking about how this announcement is going to affect the future of the Division 2, and to put it bluntly, this is the best possible news we could have received, especially at this time. And the reason I say that, and most of you know this by now, is because we are a matter of weeks away from Year 5 Season 2 that is going to see the return of incursions. People are very excited to see those back into the game. They were something from the first game, and they are going to bring a lot of people back. And secondly, and keep in mind as I say this, I can only base this on information I see online, information you give me here at the channel in regard to your feedback. But one thing I was hearing from a lot of people is that they were just going to simply wait to come back into the game until Year 5 Season 4, which is when we get the new DLC, and that could be, anywhere from the first to second quarter of next year. But since this announcement was made, I'm hearing from so many of you out there saying, you know what, I'm jumping back into the game, I want to get things going, I want to make sure my builds are on point, I want to be ready for anything the game has to offer. And you know, my fellow agents, I'm going to be with you every single step of the way. I've been here the entire time. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know and I will do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. Now, as I start to wrap this video up, remember this is the infancy stages of the Division 3. We are not going to probably hear anything tangible for a while, but I will continue to bring you these updates. And the last thing I want to show you really quick is a statement that Julian Garrity made in an interview with Ubisoft, and he said, "We may have over 40 million players, but the Division is still in its early years as a franchise. There are so many incredible stories to tell, places to explore, and people to protect, and out of everything we heard yesterday, that in my opinion is one of the best things. It really solidifies the fact that the future for the franchise looks bright. I know for a lot of you out there, including myself, we truly had no idea what the future was going to look like. I mean, look, this is something you've heard me say multiple times at the channel. I've always had faith in the franchise, but as far as timelines go, we have not seen an accurate one in a very, very long time. I truly believe that this change is going to help us get there. That is going to do it for this video. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, we do have giveaways here, and as you can see, our current one is for an Xbox Series S. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winners will be announced October 1st of this year. One final thing I'd like to mention really quick is please let me know in the comments section what type of videos you would like to see here at the channel over the next few weeks and months and all of that stuff. Now, we will continue to bring you different build videos, things like that, but please feel free to leave me anything you may want to see in the comments section. I'll be doing different farming videos, I'll be doing stuff on recalibration, but if you have any requests, please let me know and I will do my best to get to them as quick as I can. On that note, I want to take a moment as always and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. Now, what you've been seeing on screen throughout this entire video have been different cinematics from the first and second game, and the one I want to leave you with is by far my favorite game mode in the entire franchise. And if I had to request one thing for that third game, I sincerely hope they bring survival back. Again, we will see what happens, my fellow agents. As always, I want to thank you for your incredible support of this channel, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Calling all agents. We have an inbound blizzard warning. We have to get the cure and get out before the storm hits.
Come on, move it! We don't have much time!
Shit. You've got enemies moving in on your location. Get out of there.